Expedia and Visit Scotland invite you to come experience the beauty that awaits in Scotland. The sweep of wild coastlines, quiet lochs, and untamed landscapes. Fresh cuisine that feels rooted in the land. Come experience the kind of stillness that stays with you long after you leave. Plan your Scottish escape today at expedia.com/visit Scotland.
Study and play come together on a Windows 11 PC. And for a limited time, college students get the best of both worlds. Get the Unreal College Deal. Everything you need to study and play with select Windows 11 PCs. Eligible students get a year of Microsoft 365 Premium and a year of Xbox Game Pass Ultimate with a custom color Xbox wireless controller. Learn more at windows.com/student offer. While supplies last. Ends June 30th. Terms at aka.ms/collegepc.
You've got Halford and you've got like Lemmy and like Dickinson and people like that. So it's always going to sound like Venom. There's always that grounding point that whatever you do with the music, you're going to hear Kronos's voice and people are going to go, Venom. So that makes it so much easier. I mean, we don't have plans. We don't go, right, the next album, we're going to write a jazz odyssey.
Right. No. I get that. You're going to still stay Venom.
Yeah. But we pushed. I mean, this time it was a hard slog. It's been 8 years. We started writing just before COVID. COVID hit, so that meant that we were all writing individually, which probably meant the songs sounded a little bit different because normally we're very much like a 70s jam band, like Purple and Rainbow and stuff like that. It's a lot of the time it'll be like someone will play a riff or have an idea and then we'll jam on it for about an hour. 59 minutes will be terrible, but a minute will be good. So we tend to do a lot of that, where this time we couldn't do that. We had to write individually. And my songs were like really like 8 minutes, 8-minute long little mini epics. But that meant there was more riffs in it, and I experimented a lot with different sounds, like different stack and delay pedals and stuff to try and make ambient noises. Like on Unholy Mother, a lot of people think it's keyboards. It's not. It's guitars. So we were like just really pushing it, and then we recorded all the drums. We had to start again because one of the microphones had a fault on it on the hi-hat. So when we were listening back, there was glitches, and we had to scrap everything. So that was about 2 years' work thrown down. Yeah, straight down the drain. But the good thing is, it meant we sat back and like thought, yeah, the songs sound good, but we could do better. And we listened to the demos, and we were like, we've missed that bit. We sort of like played them. And then we've sort of been playing an idea of what those demos sounded like for like a year and forgotten what the actual demos sounded like. So we went back, Kronos changed some lyrics, which changed everything. And we just started all again from scratch. And we finished the album off last year, moved record companies. It was almost like the universe just said, boys, it's good, but it's not great.
Right.
Start again, and that was cool. We're always getting really weird stuff. We finished the album, and then one of the rooms where the studio is set on fire.
Are you serious?
God doesn't like her. He's trying to.
I was going to say maybe maybe there's a message there. Maybe Odin or God or whoever is sending lightning.
He's like, you little bastards! You wrote a good album. I'll get you. But the album's great. It's so diverse, and it sounds like Venom, but it just sounds like we've been on angel dust for like 8 years and decided to come out with this evil, aggressive album.
Yeah, so I'm a Venom fan, tried and true. I remember growing up as a kid and going to get, and I don't know if it was because it was like the most evil thing or anti-authoritarian thing I could buy when I was a kid that got me into it. But eventually, I bought it and then eventually really dug it. And it's the basis of like everything, all the bands that I've listened to, since then have something to do with Venom. And is there a lot of pressure playing in a band of that status?
Yeah, there is because in some ways that you wouldn't think as well. Because I remember Venom. I grew up in the 70s and then the 80s, and obviously you knew who even if you didn't like Venom, you knew if you were from Newcastle, you knew who Venom were because they were like the boys who did good. And there was
Yeah,
Raven, Tigers of Pantang, and all these bands. It was exciting. It showed myself and my friends that we didn't have to move to London to be a
right.
heavy metal band. There was a lot of northern, Priest and Birmingham, the Midlands, Leopard and Saxon, and like Barnsley and Sheffield. The north was
Yeah, I remember
sort of
getting,
reacting against this London sort of thing. So even if you weren't like, if you were into metal, you might not like Tigers and that, but you certainly knew who these bands were. Um, but then there was that silly sort of, you know, the world's best worst band and they can't play the instruments and stuff like that. And I don't want our fans to sort of be ridiculed and stuff like that. Or Venom couldn't play and stuff like that. So we the musicianship is very important to us. So from that side, I want our fans to know, yeah, we've got. I'm into a band that's got great musicians. It's not just they're not just famous for being evil and all that. They're a good band,
right.
so that's quite a bit of pressure. Um, but I've been with Crohn's for 20 years. We're all friends. We all get on. If we have any disagreements, it's about the music, but we'll keep it in, if we disagree about anything, it's sorted out and kept.
Right.
We don't, we don't have grudges and stuff like that.
Sure.
And it's just, for me, the pressure is just to write great songs and carry this band on. We've got a lot of young fans now, as well as
Yeah.
the old fans.
Your show
And,
must
and
be
it,
all multi-generational, right? At this
yeah,
point?
it's great. People bringing who were fans back in the day, bringing their kids and stuff like that, and say,
Yeah.
yeah, you've brought your kids up right, haven't you?
And grandkids probably at this point. I mean,
Yeah, yeah, it's a lot, and it's great because some of them younger fans, it's from the very depths. It's Fallen Angels, it's Metal
yes,
Black. That's their
entry
point, and
point.
then they go back and learn and listen to the early stuff, and yeah, we never thought about staying relevant. We just I think it's like we're priests and everything. We're all waiting for these bands to come up and take our place so we can happily and gently retire into the night
I
and
don't
but we're
know that
not.
I don't know that they're out there though. I mean, there are a lot of really, really good bands, but the bands you just mentioned as well, like Priest and Raven. John's a good fan of the show, and I'm actually going to see him
Yeah,
next week here. I don't think there's replacement, but those are musicians cut and died in like a whole different cloth, I feel. Biff
yeah,
Ifford, all those guys
completely.
are so different.
Yeah, the banner of heavy metal unites, but it was that we'll all probably have that we love heavy metal. We listen to 70s rock, but most importantly, that this was an outlet for us to be like creative and get our voice that we couldn't say it, but we could play it. And I think some bands lose that and just want to be in a band and learn, master their guitar, where we were using guitars, drums, and bass as tools to get these feelings out. And I think that's what people miss. They just think, oh, he's a good guitar player. I want to be better and faster. And it's not about that. It's a tool. It's
Yes.
it's your voice. And I think that's what people miss. It's not an Olympic sport.
Yes.
It's a creative tool like a paintbrush or a camera to
I
get
often
that
say,
out.
yeah, and I often say like I get you. Some of these Berkeley grads can play and they got their thing going on, and I get it. But I think it's more like fretboard masturbation more than adding to the song, right? It's more just like you said, look what I can do. But sometimes less is more.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, look at it. It's like, yeah, some of the greatest players, Blackmore, Jeff Beck, Gary Moore, and all that. I mean, they were like virtuosos. But then you've got people who I admired, like Adrian Smith, Iron Maiden, and Gary Holt, and Bill Steer out of Carcass and stuff like that, who I think are really great guitarists. But they're not speed. Gary Moore was a bit of it, but it was it was just their way of being creative and getting stuff. And it ain't an Olympic sport. It's like, it's a bit like Nigel Tufnell, isn't it? How fast? Too fast.
I never saw the second one. Did you ever see it?
I haven't seen it yet. It's one of them things. I don't know if it's because I'm old and jaded. It's like I so love Spinal Tap, and like I find new bits. Like me and my mate were watching it the other week, and it, like that guy behind the counter, and he's like, "I'm just the way God created me, sir." And there's just like I'd never heard that before, and I'm scared that the new one's not going to be as good,
Yes.
and I'm
That's
going to be like, oh,
that's my feeling too, because that first one is probably my most quoted movie
yeah, everything,
since it came out. I mean, every day that one in Wayne's World, right? There's just things that come out that I just
yeah,
say. They're so
yeah,
embedded in my language.
and we had like bad news, which was like Rick Mail and stuff like that over here. But yeah, you try to come up with things like 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 Spinal Tap, like we used to say, like non-more metal and stuff like
Yes,
that. Words
right,
that don't make sense. And it was
right.
just like I still say 11 to everyone. Like they'll
Yes.
turn around and I'll go, it's like it's one more, isn't it? And like people are going, what? And I'm like Spinal Tap, and they just look and go,
What's wrong with being sexy?
yeah,
That's my favorite one.
exactly.
Anyway, so are you guys taking us out on the road? Or are you doing festivals
Yeah, we're
or?
going to start festivals in June. They're just about to get announced. And then normally what we do is we go over to South America. But obviously, with what's happening in the world at the minute, not trying to be political, but it's a little bit weird at the minute. So I
Yes.
think we're going to give South America. I mean, we've been offered like US gigs and stuff like that. And I was just saying in the last interview, like, it's like nearly 10 grand for just the band to get visas and stuff like that. And that's getting more difficult, and um, it's just getting really hard. So we've just moved to BMG. They've been really, really, really cool. Great promotion. Got with some great interviews. So, I mean, they're trying to sort visas out and stuff like that for us. So we're just trying to see the lay of land, but it's just so weird. I mean, Anthrax had to cancel like
No.
tours over here, and I think Forbidden's just cancelled
Yeah.
because it is just getting so expensive in the money. I mean, we lost 2 years with COVID, and I think promoters are trying to get money back, bands are trying to get money back, and like nobody's working together to put on great rock shows. It's just everybody's trying to scramble for money, and you sort of get stuck in the minute. Fuel prices are now going up. It's just really weird. I mean, I'd love to get. We did a Lucifer's Rising tour, which was us, Dark Funeral, and Midnight
Oh
a
wow.
few years ago, and I'd love to get. I'd love to do that, and just even if it's like 2 or 3 gigs in each country, that would be starting from the States and working your way over in Canada and places like that. I would love to do that because it's great playing festivals and you meet some old friends, and then you go and play another festival and meet some other ones. But
Yeah.
it's really nice just to be with the same people. That's why like on the boat was great, because like we do an interview and then I see you a couple of days
Yeah,
later,
yeah.
and and it's like you can carry on the conversation, and I like things like that. It's
There's
like seeing the
nothing
same
like the metal
people.
community.
Yeah, it's just it's great, but you sort of meet really cool people, and then like you don't see them for a while, and it's nice. Just you sort of don't. Life's all about interacting with like people, isn't it? And
Yes.
learning and new experiences, and just being human. And so that would be cool to get a little tour up and stuff like that. And then, 70 tons of metal again, that would be cool, because it's like, it's just so, unless you've been on it, you can never understand.
Yes.
You say, like, was it 80 bands on a cruise ship, and people just go, how does that work? And you go, beautifully.
Wonderful. I've gone all 12 times, and
Awesome.
it's insane. I missed you guys on the barge though. You played the barge, right?
No, we didn't do the barge. The
Oh,
only ones we've ever done is the 72. It must be the other ones.
right. So two things here. Do you think this is God keeping you from touring again?
Spreading the satanic word of the Dark Lord, quite
Right.
possibly. So, are you saying it's our fault what's going on in the world?
I mean, I didn't say that, but I mean, you were kicked out of hell, and here you are, right?
Bigger than the devil, and it's like right. If we can't take it out on you, we'll take it out on other people. I think it's just like it's. I believe in the universe and stuff like that, and I think over the past few years, outside of music, as much, but there's so much shit going on. I mean, social media is like, it should be the most wonderful thing in the world, where you can interact and learn stuff at the click of a button, instead of going to a library like we used to have to do as kids.
Right. And then you end up just fighting people.
And you end up fighting and watching porn. So maybe it's the universe saying, "I'll give you this gift, and you're wasting it." Let's. I feel like people are starting to get a little bit more together. We seem to be, even if it's one side and the other side, people are sort of like realizing that things in the world are really, that's not right. That's the wrong way to go about things, and collateral damage and stuff like that. And people are starting to find a voice, which is cool, and it's good that the metal community sort of, they might not scream about it, but I think everybody's pretty much, apart from that drummer out of Vicious Rumours, I think pretty much people are on the same wavelength,
So
like we're starting to bond again, which is pretty cool.
yes,
because that's all metal's about, isn't it? It was just
community.
being in a gang.
Yeah, that's 100% with your back patch and your right Slayer or Venom on your back.
And some dude coming up to
you
going, "Have you heard this band?" And you go, "No," and they go, "Here's the album, borrow it."
Yep. 100%. It's funny you said that about social media, because I took the last 3 days in my real life. I'm also a police dispatcher.
All right, cool.
For like 21 years or something. And, as you can imagine, in these times, that gets kind of crazy as well.
Yeah.
So I took 3 days off, and I packed a backpack and a small tent, and I grabbed the dog, my Great Dane, and I disappeared into the forest. I don't know, about 3 hours from here. 3 days, zero plan, zero electronics, no cell service. And it was I got back last night. It was the most amazing thing ever.
Isn't it? It's like a reawakening. It's almost like you're resetting yourself. Do you know what I mean? It's like you get so far with things, and then you just go, I need to get back to nothing. I mean, we've got some, great wilderness up here, not as wild as your place, but I go out in the middle of nowhere and just walk around and don't see people, and no cell service, and just sit and watch deer and wildlife, and you just sit there, and they don't run away. They just look at you, and you just try to discover what everything's about, isn't it?
It's 100%. I sat on this rock, and I told my wife, and she thinks I'm crazy because she's not built that way. But she's like, "What did you do?" And I said, one day I found this great big rock in the middle of a fairly quick moving creek. But I got out to this big rock with the dog, and it was big enough to just sit on. And I sat there for hours. Like, there was zero to do except just take it all in. But it was so much at the same time.
It's the sounds, you become attuned to it. I mean, I'll go out and I'll become attuned to certain things. Like I'll see wildlife and stuff, and people, I can see bump into people, and they'll just walk past it, and you're like going, "There's two deer just in front of you," but they're not tuned in. You sort of every sound, and that's why it's like resetting yourself just to, because people in life, we just walk around and we miss everything. We just,
Yeah.
I'm going from A to B, and I don't watch what's around.
Yeah. I turned the corner in one of these trails and I found literally, and I'm no exaggeration, probably millions of monarch butterflies, blue and yellow.
Wow.
They were like, I don't know if they were doing like some mating ritual, whatever the hell they were doing, but they were all huddled on this rock. And when I stepped around the corner, they
Oh,
moved. I was surrounded. I got pictures. I was surrounded by beautiful butterflies. And you'd never have that happen anywhere else. It was so crazy.
it's just great. That's why I enjoyed COVID, because we were allowed to go out, but you obviously weren't allowed to go and see people.
Right.
And there was no aeroplanes, there's no cars. I mean,
Yes.
in Newcastle, which is, a big, like a city, there was deer coming into the town, you
Yeah.
know, and it's just because they're unbothered, there's nobody about, and it's like, it just makes you think, if anything happened, we lose electricity and we lose the internet and all
Oh,
that.
yeah.
Mother Nature's just waiting there to go. It'll just take over.
Yeah. Right back. So
Yeah.
two more for you. I know I've taken you down rabbit holes, and I'm sorry. I would just kind
Oh,
of
it's cool, dude.
one. Do you still get people protesting at Venom shows, or is that a thing of the past?
Yeah, it's just that. Yeah, we did have one in the state,
Yeah,
when
that
we
figures.
did the Maryland. They were knocking on doors and stuff like that, and obviously you open the door and then they're talking away to you, and you're going, "Oh, hold on a minute. This is one of you's lot, isn't it?" It's because I used to watch it like on the Pantera home videos and all this stuff, and like
Yeah.
when they were burning the Maiden albums and all that, and then it was just like, "Oh, cool! I'm actually in it.
Hey,
This is happening."
I don't.
Um,
I think I might be a little older than you, but I grew up in the Satanic Panic in New York and in a very religious
yeah,
background. And I remember that shit vividly.
we had it over here, starting in like Middlesbrough, where there was this satanic cult that were, you know, molesting children and stuff, and it was
Right.
because people were doing that, hypnosis and
Yeah, yeah.
stuff, and but yeah, it's just people have. You know what? Instead of protesting about bands with albums, go down to your local cancer hospice and help them out. You know what I mean? Look after them people, and you know what I mean? Be
Oh
with
my
people
God,
when
that's
they're
beautiful.
in their last days, or you know, that would be more useful of your time than walking up to a band and saying you're satanic, because we just go, yeah, it's great, isn't it?
Right? Who the fuck cares? Just move on.
Yeah, man. There's people in life who need a hand. Go and help them. Don't waste your time. Honestly, it's just silly, isn't it?
It is. I'm gonna leave it there. I appreciate your time, Stuart.
Not a problem, dude.
You're always a pleasure to talk with, and I thank you. I know I took you down rabbit holes, but I just like to talk.
Hey, it's cool, man.
I had a bunch of questions, but I literally just got back like 8 o'clock last night from 3 days of nothing, and I can't even tell you how insane it was.
Cool. Well, I sent Will a message and I just said, "Oh, Bruce couldn't make it." So, I mean, if you want to get in touch with him and doing you and get another interview date, we can do it. We can carry on. Yeah, it's up to you, dude.
Yeah, it doesn't matter. This is fine for right now. I know you're busy, and I can catch you on the next cycle. Or
Yeah,
you,
cool.
I got a really weird question for you. I do a
Yeah,
lot of stuff outside of the podcast in the metal
yeah,
world. Like we do a bunch of different series. If I ever have things, are you interested in doing like side projects if they fit your?
yeah. I mean, I had my own band called Order of the Black Sun, and I wouldn't mind getting that back up and running.
Yeah, when you want to get them on, that's fine. But no, what I was talking about most recently, we started. First of all, this whole thing started as a cooking show. So I don't
Oh,
know
I
if you
love cooking.
cook. Do you really?
Oh, yeah, man, I'm a vegan. I have to cook for myself.
So originally, this started as a cooking show, and I used to have people come to my house here in Richmond, Virginia, on their tour buses when they were in town.
Right?
And I mean, everybody, including Dave Ellefson from Megadeth, and they would sit in the kitchen and we'd make a meal
Yeah.
and do an interview just like we just did. And it became really good, but COVID fucked that up. Nobody wants to ruin it. So we're doing it now. We're just resurrecting it via, we're sending artists like a little list of instructions and then they film it where they are and then send back the rough footage for a
Yeah.
September thing. If that's something you're interested in, I mean, you don't have to commit to it, but
Cool.
I can send you the info to it.
Yeah, I much appreciate it. Yeah, I mean, I've been vegetarian for years, and then I decided to become vegan about, I think it's coming up about 10 years now.
Oh wow.
So it's like if I don't cook, I don't eat.
Yeah, right. And then the other thing I do, we're doing now, we have a team that we do all these. I like to build this as metal outside of the box, right? It's all
Yeah.
this. I didn't ask you where the name of Venom came from. None of the questions you're normally going to get. But we put together this audio drama. It's kind of like the old days when people used to listen to radio dramas on,
Oh yeah.
but it's a heavy metal version about these kids, and it's a series, and
Right.
it's always voiced by members of bands,
Yeah.
like each character. They're only 20 minutes, so I may pitch you on one of those one day just to do
Yeah,
some.
dude, that would be great.
Okay, I don't want to put you on the spot, so you could tell me to
No,
follow
no,
up as
dude,
well.
it's like it's. I mean, we'd spend a lot of time when we're away. People think being in a band's glamorous, but it's 2 hours being on stage and 22 hours being idiots. And
Yeah.
and we the three of us, we're from the same like cloth and Monty Python and the young ones and stuff like
Yes.
that. So
So I think we're about the same age then.
yeah,
I'm
so we have to
58.
do we have to do things to entertain with, and we'll come up when you we come up with different like the latest one is we've got this we'll come up with this manager who lives in a like what you call a trailer park. We say a caravan with his wife. We'll just come up with like different like voices and stuff
Yeah.
like that. So we're always doing
Oh man.
stupid
So
stuff like that.
I'm writing the new one. The previous one it's getting ready to be released, and we've had like Melakesh, Ashman I from
All
Melakesh,
right.
and Keith from Cruachan.
Oh,
There's
I
a
love. Yeah.
there's like 5 people or 6 people that are in decent sized metal bands that voice the characters, and it just adds something different to it, and it stays in the wheelhouse. But people like that kind of stuff.
Yeah, I love it. I mean, Keith, I played on his last album. It was amazing.
Keith does so
Um,
much with me. Oh my God. I always
oh,
have these crazy ideas. I'm always thinking of things, and I'll email him and go, "Hey, Keith, what do you think about this? I'm in. Let's do it."
yeah. I met him on the boat, and then during COVID, we did these like pub things where we would just come on,
Mhm.
and like Keith would send us messages like because we had lots of like American wrestlers, and they were asking what I was up to, and I said I was walking around woods with a basket looking for porn magazines and stuff like that, and all these
That's great.
Americans like were like, "What?"
But
And
yeah,
like Keith going, "Ah."
that's great. So yeah, if you don't mind, I would
Definitely.
send you a message here and there. Is this the best email, the one on the bottom here?
Yeah, yeah, yeah. That's me.
All right, I will send you as I go along. I'll send you some
Yeah, mate.
email.
No, yeah. Whenever
Don't
you're
ever feel
ready, whenever you.
obligated. Yeah, don't feel obligated. I just like to play and be creative inside this metal world.
It's lush, man, isn't it?
Yeah, it's fun. It keeps me busy and out of trouble, right? From watching porn on the internet.
Way too right, isn't it?
Stuart, thank you so much. Thank you so much for all the great
Awesome.
music and your contributions to the metal world. I appreciate you, man.
Yeah, not a problem, man, Bruce. All the best. Have an amazing weekend, dude.
Yes, you do the same. Be well, my friend.
Right. See you later,
Cheers.
pal.
Bye.
Bye.